Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with another 12-team PPR mock draft on Sleeper app. The roster settings are one quarterback, two running backs, two receivers, a tight end, flex, kicker, defense, and six bench spots. Before I start the video, I'd like to ask you guys, please go down below and click that subscribe button. Click the notification bell to get notified for every single video I make daily. So let's get into the draft right now. We are going to be going from the 3 spot because it random to me, the 3 spot. So the first pick was Saquon Barkley, followed by Alvin Kamara. So it's our pick, and we are going to go with our number 2 running back in Ezekiel Elliott. Now Ezekiel Elliott may hold out, which kind of worries me, but I'm not really that worried because I think he will end up playing. And I don't believe that problem he had in Vegas with the cop or the fucking whatever the fuck that guy was, the fucking bouncer, is going to even affect him this year. I don't believe that will happen, and I hope that does not happen. So we're gonna go with Zeke here. After we went Ezekiel Elliott, Devontae Adams came off the board, followed by CMC, Michael Thomas, David Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Melvin Gordon, Julio Jones, Joe Mixon, Travis Kelce, James Conner, Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Odell Beckham Jr., Dalvin Cook, Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Nick Chubb, Damian Williams. Now it's our pick. So, where is he at? Where is he at? So Tyreek Hill has not came up the board yet on these mocks. Tyreek is going to typically go. His ADP is now 38. I feel like by the time you have your actual draft, his ADP is going to be at the back half or the beginning of the second round, back half of the first round. He'll probably go after a guy like Julio goes around back here where Mixon and Kelce went. So the first tight end came off the board. Typically, the big 3 tight ends, Kelce, Ertz, and Kittle, are going to go in the first 3 rounds. And Kelce's usually the first one off the board, coming in either at the end of the first or the beginning of the second round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers have went off the board. We already have our running back of choice, so we are going to go receiver here to make sure we get the best receiver on the board and hope that a good running back falls towards our way. Now, I'm not going to pick Tyreek Hill because I doubt he'll be here in a real draft, so I'll go with Mike Evans. After we went Mike Evans, Amari Cooper came off the board, followed by Leonard Fournette, Aaron Jones, and Adam Thielen. So now we can get our second running back here, and a guy that I think is pretty safe here in Marlon Mack. Now Marlon Mack's on a high-powered offense of the Indianapolis Colts, and I think that he will probably play pretty well this year. And even though he doesn't get the amount of passes that a guy like Freeman may get or a guy like Carrion may get each game, he will still end up with a solid season, even in PPR, without getting so many receptions. So that's why we are going to go Marlon Mack here. After we go Marlon Mack, George Kittle comes with the board, followed by Keenan Allen, Zach Ertz, Derrick Henry, T.Y. Hilton, Pat Mahomes, Stephen Diggs, A.J. Green, Devontae Freeman, Tyreek Hill, Julian Edelman, Kerryon Johnson, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Philip Lindsay, Mark Ingram, Chris Godwin, Brandon Cooks. Now it's our pick. So the big 3 tight ends did come off the board. Patrick Mahomes was the first quarterback to come off the board. So now it is our pick. So Tyreek Hill went the 4th. Normally, like I say, he's going to go at the beginning of the second or at the end of the first round. So 4th round discount is pretty good. That's why I didn't pick him, because I felt that he would not really fall to the 210 in a real draft. So that's why I didn't take him there. Now, every single quarterback except for Mahomes on the board. So if you wanted to go quarterback, this is where you would do it. Now, typically Mahomes goes in like the beginning or the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th in these mocks, but in your real at-home draft, he may end up going in the 1st or 2nd round. Let that be noted. So it's our pick, and we're gonna go receiver here because all the big 3 tight ends are gone, so I don't want a tight end yet. We already have our 2 running backs, and a good running back should fall to us in the 5th that I would want. So the best running back on the board right now is, in my opinion, Kenny Galladay. Now, Kenny Galladay is on Detroit. A lot of people might be like, oh, I want Woods over Galladay. Now, that's a decision that's hard to make because I like Woods a lot, I like Galladay a lot, but I think that Galladay is going to have a great year this year with Stafford not being injured like he was at the end of last year with his hurt back. And I think that Galladay is going to be a solid option this year in fantasy, catching a bunch of passes on a Detroit offense that now is going to be able to be more. They're going to be able to spread the field more because now they have not Kenyon Drake. They're going to have Kerryon Johnson back, and they're going to be able to run the ball more. Now they have Hawkinson, and they have Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones to throw the ball to. So we're gonna look for Kenny Galladay here. And I do think like Marvin Jones later, but if you draft Kenny Galladay, I want to go Marvin Jones later. So after we went Kenny Galladay, Robert Woods went, followed by Kenny Drake, Calvin Ridley, Sony Michel. So like I said, I wanted the running back to come fall back to me. Now at this pick, I do like Chris Carson, but an honorable mention here would be James White because James White's great in PPR format. Now if you're in a standard format, I don't like James White because James White's pretty much receiver, not a running back. He only gets a few attempts each game to run the ball, but he does obviously get targeted in the passing game. So that's why I like him in PPR. But Chris Carson obviously doesn't get as targeted as James White, but he is going to get like 10 to 15 rushes each game and has the opportunity to find the end zone on such a run-heavy team of the Seahawks. So after we went Chris Carson, Andrew Luck coming off the board, followed by Tyler Lockett, Tariq Cohen, Jarvis Landry, DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, James White, OJ Howard, Aaron Rodgers, Mike Williams, Deshaun Watson, Hunter Henry, Tevin Coleman, Baker Mayfield, Alshon Jeffrey, Tyler Boyd, Evan Engram, and then Sammy Watkins. So now it's our pick, and like I said, I do like loading up the running back position. So we're gonna go running back here with a guy that I like a lot. We're gonna go with Lamar Miller here. I don't like him a lot, actually. I kind of lied to you a bit. I do like Lamar Miller due to the fact that I feel like he's safe in the 6th round. He's not gonna be a guy that you want to be starting in your lineup, like in the running back position, but he's a solid flex option because he always gets you like 12 points. He's never gonna bust and get you, or he's never gonna break out and get you like 30 points, but he's always solid for like 12 points. So that's why I like him. In the 6th round, after Lamar Miller, Matty Ice came off the board. Rashad Penny, Drew Brees, and Darrell Henderson. So now it's our pick, and Pettis did fall to us, which is exactly what we want. So we can go receiver here and get a guy that could be a top 24 receiver top, which would make him a wide receiver too in a 12-team league. He gets talked up a lot, so he may even come up the draft boards. I believe he was going like the 8th round, 9th round a couple of weeks ago. Now he's fallen up to the 7th round due to the amount that the fantasy football is talking about, and I think they talk him up for a good reason. He's going to be a great receiver this year on San Francisco, a team that looks to turn it around. Now I don't necessarily believe that Jimmy Garoppolo will be a turnaround quarterback, but I do think that Dante Pettis has a better chance of catching the ball when Garoppolo throws it to him over Dante Pettis. So where to go? Or not after over Nick Mullins. So Dante Pettis was picked, followed by Latavius Murray, Carson Wentz, Kyler Murray, Eric Ebron, Robbie Anderson, Christian Kirk, Russell Wilson, Miles Sanders, Will Fuller, Jordan Howard, Darius Geis, Kareem Hunt, Al Robinson, Jared Cook, Cam Newton, Ronald Jones, Austin Eckler. So currently 10 quarterbacks have came off the board. So 2 teams don't have a quarterback as of right now, and we are included in that. But we do want to go running back here before we go quarterback because someone will fall to us. Same with at the tight end position. I think Vance McDonald will fall to us in the next round. I'd rather get a good tight end over a good quarterback in this position. So right now we're looking at running backs the likes of Royce Freeman, LaShawn McCoy, Jalen Samuels, and right now, it's pretty much a no-brainer to go Royce Freeman here, a guy who could end up being the running back 1 on the team. Now, LaShawn McCoy could end up being the running back 1 on Buffalo, but there's too many guys around him for me to guarantee that. I don't really like him due to how old he is, so we're going to go Royce Freeman here. After we go Royce Freeman, Sterling Shepard comes off the board, followed by Larry Fitzgerald, Marvin Jones, and David Njoku. So the tight end we wanted, Vance McDonald, falls to us. Vance McDonald is on Pittsburgh. I think he's going to have a pretty good year this year, pretty solid year. And I think he could end up being like a top 7 tight end in fantasy. And getting him in the 9th round is pretty solid. So we're going to go Vance McDonald here. After we go Vance McDonald, the Chicago Bears defense pick, followed by LaShawn McCoy, Corey Davis, D.D. Westbrook, Golden Tate, MVS, Jalen Samuels, N'Keal Harry, Dante Foreman, Jameis Winston, Jared Goff, Curtis Samuels, DK Metcalf, Austin Hooper, Damian Harris, Cortland Sutton, Jags defense, Carlos Hyde. And now it's our pick. So the first two defenses came off the board. Don't draft the defense this early. That's a no-brainer. Don't be doing that. So it's our pick. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs and 3 receivers. So we can go one more running back before we go receiver. Actually, we're going to go receiver here and then go quarterback after because we want a solid receiver. So we'll go with the upside of Kiki Kuti. Hopefully this year is his year and he can break out this year. He had a solid season last year when he was a rookie. He played pretty good last year in the few games he played, and I think he has solid upside this year to break out and become a solid receiver. And since Will Fuller always gets hurt, he'll probably end up being the wide receiver too a couple weeks in the season. So after we went Kiki Cootie, LA Rams defense was picked, followed by Ito Smith and James Washington. So now we want to lock in our quarterback in the 11th round. Maybe some of these guys will have been picked already before you're in the 10th round due to the fact that quarterbacks go fast in your at-home drafts and not as fast in these mocks because they're based upon, I guess, more pro rankings or expert rankings. But it's our pick. We're going to go with the best quarterback on the board, and that best quarterback on the board is Dak Prescott, who could end up being a top 12 quarterback due to the fact that the Cowboys turned it around at the end of last year, getting Amari Cooper. Dak Prescott's finished as a top 12 quarterback every single year of his 3 years. This is his 4th year in the NFL. And I believe that he can do it again. He's probably going to score 6 rushing touchdowns just like he's done every other year. So I'm pretty confident in picking Dak Prescott here. After we went Dak, Phil Rivers came off the board, followed by Jerick McKinnon, TJ Hawkinson, Alexander Madison, Tom Brady, LA Chargers defense, Dante Moncrief, Emmanuel Sanders, AP, Baltimore Ravens defense, McCall Hardman, Deshaun Jackson, Big Ben, Paris Campbell, Jimmy Guap, Naheem Hines, Anthony Miller, Devin Singletary, and now it's our pick. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs and 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers. So we're going to go one more running back here. We're going to go with the high upside of Dion Lewis. Now, Dion Lewis is a guy some people may talk about due to the fact that he could end up being the number one on Tennessee. Now, a lot of people, they'll tell you, oh, it's going to be all the Derrick Henry show now. I don't necessarily believe that. I think Dion Lewis is going to get the passing game work and could end up hopping in the end zone every couple of weeks. And if Derrick Henry was to go down, Dion Lewis would be an absolute workhorse. So we're going to go with Dion Lewis here. After we went Dion Lewis, Devin Funchess came off the board, followed by Minnesota Vikings defense, Deshaun Hamilton, Delaney Walker. So now it's our pick. And you have to decide here when you're at this pick if you want a receiver or if you want a quarterback. Now, since there's such good quarterbacks available, I will go quarterback since I don't necessarily trust having Dak in each week. But I do like Dak a lot. But we will go with Josh Allen for having the high upside. His first 3 weeks of his season is going to be very easy. Now, this doesn't show a schedule. It's pretty easy first 3 weeks. And I think that he could be a guy that you could just draft and start pretty much every game unless he's playing against New England. So we're going to go with Josh Allen here. After we went Josh Allen, Greg also came off the board, followed by Justice Hill, Browns defense, Terrell Williams, Justin Tucker, Chris Thompson, Lamar Jackson, Marquise Brown, Greg Zuerlein, Jimmy Graham, Houston Texans, Bucker Bucker, Harrison Bucker, Matt Breida, Jets defense, Steelers defense, kicker, and now it's our pick. So we're gonna go defense. Now the Cowboys are the best available in my opinion, due to the fact that they have an easy first 3 week schedule. Now, what you're gonna want to do when you're picking a defense is you're gonna go on Google. You're gonna type in NFL schedule week 1. You're gonna find a defense that's playing against a shitty offense and draft that defense. It's that simple. And then you're gonna subscribe to my channel, and each week I'm gonna release a video on which defense to stream. So that's how you're gonna do it. So we're gonna go Dallas Cowboys. After we went to Cowboys, Jake Elliott came off the board, followed by Devontae Parker, Trey Burton, Kirk Cousins, and now it's our pick. So we're gonna go kicker, and just the way to pick a kicker is just Google kicker rankings on based upon someone who actually knows about kickers. But we're just gonna go with Robbie Gould, the guy who got the bag. After we went Robbie Gould, Giovanni Bernard came off the board, followed by Mark Andrews, Duke Johnson, Vinatieri, Darwin Thompson, Jordan Reed, Eagles, Crosby, and Traquan Smith. So our final lineup is Dak Prescott at the quarterback. Our 2 running backs are Zeke and Marlon Mack. Our 2 receivers are Evans and Galladay. Our tight end is Vance McDonald. Our flex is Chris Carson. Our kicker and defense don't matter. Our bench is Lamar Miller, Dante Pettis, Royce Freeman, Kiki Cootie, Dion Lewis, and Josh Allen. So thank you guys all for watching the video. I would really appreciate if you guys click on Johnny Men's on your screen right now. He should be on your screen. Click on that. Click the subscribe button. And go down below. Click the notification bell to get notified for every single video. And while you're on the screen, click on one of the 3 videos that are on your screen. So thank you guys all for watching the video. It means a lot if you do all that stuff. And have a great goddamn day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.